You just peruse through social media during the game and you realize the animosity towards the Vegas Golden Knights and their fandom is fucking toxic. But honestly, I don't give a shit. As long as my team wins, that's all that matters. And the Vegas Golden Knights taking a 5-3 win in Game 4 against the Vancouver Canucks felt huge. It wasn't just a win, it was a comeback win. But to start off this game, I thought Vancouver and Vegas very well matched up. Although the goaltending situation was a bit curious for both teams, obviously. On a back-to-back night, Uncle Petey Pablo deferred to Marc-Andre Fleury as the goaltender, and Vancouver elected for Jacob Markstrom, which I thought was curious because this guy's been playing so many games, been carrying this Vancouver team in a couple of those games too. And so I would have thought maybe Demko gets a start there, but Markstrom becomes the starting goaltender for Vancouver again. And early on, Fleury and fucking Markstrom were both doing really well. Then Vancouver just had a brain fart and they give up a too many men on the ice penalty. And Vegas is able to capitalize on this power play opportunity in the first period, 9 minutes and 28 seconds in. And curiously enough, 25 seconds into this power play opportunity, it's Max Pacioretty, our boy right here, right behind me with the fucking poster. Yeah, Max Pacioretty scores. And it's Stone passing right to Patches, and Patches shoot that shit 5-hole. Markstrom has no damn chance. And the Vegas Golden Knights are up 1-0. Yeah! You would think that's some good shit. And then Chandler Stevenson with the interference penalty, which gives the Vancouver Canucks an opportunity to go on their power play. And 8 seconds into Vancouver's power play, 8 fucking seconds, Elias Pettersson scores. This kid is unbelievable, man. I mean, he's got the skills, he's got the speed, he's got the hard-hitting fucking puck skills, man. The dude has it all. You leave it that fucking open and not that unoccupied, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to capitalize. And I honestly thought Fleury kind of flubbed it a little bit with that goal, but I still give a huge, shout out to Elias Pettersson. Dude's fucking immaculate. Especially this postseason. He's been fucking incredible to watch. But Vegas letting it get tied 1-1, they didn't really sweat. Because Chandler Stevenson rectified his sins. Yes, he gave up the penalty, allowed the power play goal for Vancouver, but he fucking strikes back, gets Vegas' second goal of the game from the 13th minute, 19 seconds. And it's Shea Theodore and Chandler Stevenson, a little back and forth to have Markstrom just kind of, scratching his head like, what the fuck just happened? And kind of have to look at Vancouver's defense and their just kind of lack of awareness, I suppose, when it came to, helping out their goaltender. But that shit happens, man. It does. But the curious part about that goal was that Carrier kind of crashes into Markstrom, after the puck goes in, and there was a potential goalie interference talk for 2 seconds within the broadcast booth and all that shit, but nothing came to fruition on that front. But you just kept thinking, okay, Vegas is only up by a goal. Pettersson is doing everything he can to prove that he is a fucking baller, and he's just being a fucking speed demon all over. I mean, he's causing all sorts of fucking problems. But thankfully, Vegas makes it to the first intermission, and off they go into the changing room, get their shit all fucking composed, and come back into the second period where you think, okay, you got a lead, maybe extend it, maybe do something else to put your fucking stamp on the game. No! Vancouver comes out with the speed and the fucking effectiveness of just wanting it more. And it's Vancouver who actually strikes in the second period to get the game-tying goal from Bo Horvat, 4 minutes and 7 seconds in, and it's a little deflection goal, and I really felt that, again, Fleury kind of missed that, but definitely like JT Miller just probing that fucking area and just causing all sorts of problems for the Vegas Golden Knights just did not fucking help. And game tied now 2-2. Vegas is, you know, not really panic mode, but I would just say, all right, responsive mode, where there's an itch. Fucking scratch it, get that shit out! And meaning they're gonna go, you know, attack Markstrom with the goddamn puck. And Markstrom actually just robs a goal from Jonathan Marsh. So wide open net, and Markstrom just able to get his little toe pad right there on the puck. And on the other side, Elias Pettersson has an opportunity to get a goal for the Vancouver Canucks, but it's Marc-Andre Fleury who robs Elias Pettersson. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, you would think because, okay, Elias Pettersson didn't kill us there, maybe we should, you know, stay a little bit focused, disciplined up, and just ease up a little bit here. No. You go ahead and get a penalty. Again, Chandler Stevenson, second of the fucking game. And the hooking call leads to the Vancouver Canucks getting another power play goal. Yes, Tyler Toffoli. Second period, 11 minutes and 26 seconds in. I mean, dude, Hughes with a nice pass to Toffoli, leaving the penalty kill unit for Vegas look like they were absolutely, you know, just pantsed. And every time I just look at Toffoli and see him score against Vegas, I just think this dude has this King's genetics, all right? And King's genetics, in my mind, pretty much means you will score on the Vegas Golden Knights no matter what, no matter how bad or good you are. You'll always score on the Vegas Golden Knights. Tyler Toffoli's got that shit, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it happens. So there's too much to talk about. He's not the Kings. But Toffoli has that genetics, right? Which I fucking hate, but it's there, unfortunately. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, what was also there was a phony baloney ref call, which honestly, dude, this was unfortunate because the refs didn't see a clear stick from a Vancouver player to another Vancouver player's face, and yet he called Jonathan Marchessault for the penalty. And I'm not going to fucking shit on the refs and say this was the worst goddamn penalty ever. Yeah, there's worse things that happen. But it's up to the Vegas Golden Knights to just kill that penalty off, right? You're given what you're dealt with, and you just got to fucking go with that shit. And so, thankfully, the Vegas Golden Knights are able to kill that penalty late in the second period. But again, they get another fucking penalty in that second period and fourth in the game. Jonathan Marchessault again, this time with the goalie interference. And you had a decent shorthanded opportunity, but Markstrom there, and thankfully penalty kill unit is able to just siphon that one off. And off you go into the second intermission where you gotta get your shit changed. Uncle Petey DePablo is screaming at the boys emotionally, right? Not, literally. I don't think the dude ever screams. He probably just kind of whisper talks. That's a point of frustration. Like, you ever fucking turn over the goddamn puck in the neutral zone like that again, I will slap the shit out of you. I could totally see Uncle Petey DePablo doing that shit. And it must have worked. It must have worked, because when the second period felt all in the favor for the Vancouver Canucks, every bounce, every shit going their way, third period, Vegas just owned it. And it starts off with a game-tying goal from Nate Schmidt 2 minutes and 52 seconds into the third period. And it's the Tuck, Cousins, and Roy line just battling for the puck in the corner. And once the puck kind of pops and loosens out, you got Merrill, who is playing for the first fucking time in goddamn forever, in place of Nick Holden. He's able to pass the puck right along to Nate Schmidt, and Schmidt just rips it fucking open near the blue line. And Markstrom has absolutely no chance on this puck and goal. And Vegas being tied 3-3, it felt as though momentum changed. And Vegas knew if they stepped on Vancouver within the next 5 to 10 minutes, it was over. And holy shit, it happened just kind of like that. I mean, Max Pacioretty getting his second goal of the game, 7 minutes and 2 seconds in. It's where Patches and Schmitty is having this little back-to-back pass, and it seems as though the goal actually goes off of the sticks and then the skates of one of the Vancouver players. I mean, optically, sometimes people are going to say, oh, this looks like it went off of Pacioretty, but I would have said it probably went off of Pacioretty's stick, but off of one of the Vancouver players' skates. And refs see no goddamn problem with it, which, okay, cool. That means Vegas is up 4-3. Pacioretty gets his second goal of the night, and the Vegas Golden Knights are just laying it thick on the Vancouver Canucks at this point. And once the third goal in this period goes in by William Karlsson, 8 minutes and 29 seconds in, you knew it was over. Myers gets duped completely when the puck is entering through the defensive zone. And Pacioretty to Stone to Karlsson is just a fucking beauty of a transition and fucking movement along to Markstrom to get that goal. And dude, I just gotta tell you right now, watching that shit wreck up Jacob Markstrom, I felt bad. I felt pretty bad because his team got kind of tired. I felt Markstrom was kind of left there, hung out to dry. Of course, he's not completely, blameless there, but man, Vancouver just, I don't want to say imploded, but they just kind of farted themselves out in this game. And when Roussel gets a penalty, a minor penalty for tripping, I think, okay, Vegas probably doesn't score on this, and they don't. But Roussel's already irritated. When Roussel gets irritated or has some fucking shit with the refs, you know shit's not going to go right for Vancouver. Generally speaking, it just doesn't happen, as we've seen in this entire series. And there was a potential lifeline for the Vancouver Canucks where Marc-Andre Fleury kind of has a fun PGA moment, I suppose, where he just fucking whacks the goddamn puck and it gets a delay of game penalty. But Vegas is able to kill that off, where with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left on their power play, the Vancouver Canucks pull Jacob Markstrom, and with 3 minutes left in regulation, down 5-3, you have to have a 6-on-4 to get any semblance of a lifeline back into the game. And there was potential, but Fleury robs a goal potentially on Gaudette. Clean save there. And JT Miller actually hits the post on one of his shots. So if that goes in, I mean, again, different complexion to the game. We could have seen a completely different result, perhaps, maybe in overtime. But this is where, Vegas, hesitantly, I would say, kills off the penalty. And with about less than a minute or so to go, you still have to try to just kill off the game with an empty netter. And Nick Cousins misses one just barely. And I would think with 80 seconds to go and missing that, I thought, okay, if some bullshit happens where Vancouver scores, that goal missed by Nick Cousins is going to bite us in the ass. But thankfully, Vegas soaked all the pressure late in the final few seconds of the game, and the scramble worked. Vegas wins 5-3. They are up in their series 3-1. And here's the curious part right now, kids. Every match in round 2 is all 3-1. Vegas up 3-1 against Vancouver. Dallas up 3-1 against Colorado. Philadelphia down 3-1 against the New York Islanders. You know, you see how like fucking flip that shit because it's Eastern goddamn Conference, motherfuckers. I know I'm stuttering my goddamn words here. Still trying to recover from the goddamn hangover, kids. But you know what? The fourth goddamn shit in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Bruins are down 3-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So all these 3-1 series, who the hell knows if they all finish in 5? Who the fuck knows? But for me, Vegas winning it felt huge. A comeback win in the third period, a very dominant outing in this third period where I felt Vancouver just kind of fell apart, shit their own bed. And it's unfortunate because I thought Markstrom was having a very decent game. 28 saves on 33 shots, 5 goals allowed, 848 save percentage. Obviously, it's not the fucking, perfect goaltending situation where the goals he gave up were clean. I mean, some of them you would think he would want back. But I really think Vancouver in that third period let Markstrom down. They really let themselves down. And we saw glimpses of the great potential that Vancouver has, especially in that second period. They were phenomenal, but it was rough. It was rough for Vancouver, and I think Vegas really showed out tonight in terms of being a quality contender. And you got to give full marks to Marc-Andre Fleury here. 28 saves on 31 shots, 3 goals allowed, 903 save percentage. I would still say, the 2 goals he gave up, the first 2 goals he gave up, at least, I think they were a bit soft. I think Marc-Andre Fleury could have done better, but he had a pretty damn good game for somebody who hasn't played hockey for 2 weeks. And for Vegas, I mean, we have to understand that no matter who's behind the net, the goal is to win. And if Marc-Andre Fleury has nights like these where he comes in, one night, one game, and is able to just hang on and have the Vegas Golden Knights and, have enough time to at least get a game back, that's all we need. And, man, I got to tell you, being up in the series 3-1 has me nervous. We've been here before. We were here last season against the San Jose Sharks. I got very arrogant about that shit. Not going to this season, boys and girls, because you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. But I would hope the Vegas Golden Knights take games 3 and 4 and reflect on that shit and say, dude, we were pretty damn good. Let's finish the shit off in game 5. And hopefully Vancouver gets snuffed out. But I know Vancouver is going to claw their way back. Game 5 is going to be no pick-me-up. It's not going to be an easy fucking walk in the park kind of situation. Vancouver is a tough team. They are a good team. And the whole thing that I've run across with these reviews, with these, perusing through social media accounts when I'm watching the game is this weird misconception between Vegas fans and other fan bases, where other fan bases think Vegas fans are the most arrogant fucking people ever. And Vegas fans think that everything and everyone is against them because they're the newest team. But, obviously the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And I would say there are certainly Vegas fans who get arrogant and uppity in their own shit for no fucking reason. And there are certainly fans who aren't from Vegas that shits on the team for no reason because they're salty as shit because their own goddamn team is worthless. And to, cap off this video, I just want to say this real quick too. For those of you motherfuckers that keep saying that Vegas was awarded a team, they're gifted this good team. Do you realize that most of the GMs that made the trades in the expansion draft and giving the players away and prospects away, pretty much every one of those decisions bit a lot of those fucking GMs in the ass? Ask the Anaheim Ducks. Ask the fucking Minnesota Wild. Ask the fucking Florida Panthers. Hell, ask the Toronto Maple Leafs. Their whole situation is worse than the fucking Vegas Golden Knights, and they've had some curious contract situation. I don't know why I'm shitting on the fucking Leafs, man. Because they project too much. That's probably why. But listen, you can shit on Vegas Golden Knights fans all day. I don't really care. As long as Vegas wins, I'm a happy camper. And I hope the Vegas Golden Knights keep this momentum rolling into Game 5. And for Vancouver, I mean, you're going to have to look out for a very, very ferocious team who is not going to go down easy. So, boys and girls, that does it for me. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Oh my God, why the fuck am I saying the goddamn podcasting? It doesn't matter, man. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below, including all that shit. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Go Knights, go. Now fuck off.